Nola bafethu, it is your big homie palo. Arubunga business Spani bafethu. Today we're going to be talking about why YouTube is not a good primary source of income. In fact, not just YouTube, but social media in general. So I've seen that a lot of people have been on these social media streets trying to make it their primary source of income. And that is something really, really difficult to achieve, but we're going to delve into that. Let's first look at this, one of these South African streamers who've been pushing, and apparently his income got leaked. It says that he got, I think it's 5K. It says that he's getting about 5K a month, which is rent, right? But we'll get into that. So let's hear what he says.
Are you the best streamer in SA making only 5K a month? I think it's crazy, bro. Okay, babe. Ain't no way my goat makes 5K. Something to talk about rent, then it's done, basically. Yeah, bro. Just mad shit. So like I wanna explain to y'all, because even some niggas like they say things like, yo bro, this shit don't make me wanna become a streamer, whoop. And it's just,
it's not even about discouraging people from streaming or anything. I think he's just trying to tell everyone that, you know what, it's not what you think it is, because he's one of the biggest streamers apparently. And yeah, man, it really sucks. So if I were him, I would get a span somewhere, guys. If we tambo totally span, maybe we must check us, or just in retail, so that you can supplement your YouTube income, or get a primary job and supplement your YouTube income. All right. So after that, I saw a video by Osihle. There's this other lady who goes by the name of
It's even
Sihle.
worse now that we're living in a digital age, so men do not even have to be anything, a fraction of what manhood has to be.
Okay, firstly, this is a tough one. Let's not delve too much into this gender role thing, but it's not necessarily about men. People nowadays do not want to work hard for anything. Everyone wants to work smart without working smart. They just want to get things done. They want to get the money without putting in any hard work or effort, which I think sucks. So she is right about that, but it's not necessarily a guy thing. It's across all genders,
Now you just need to learn how to talk. You need to learn how to make a video and discuss whatever you want to discuss. These young boys do not care about anything other than making videos on social media. They all aspire to be YouTubers, streamers. They all aspire to be famous, because they don't have to aspire to build buildings, lead the world, because the world has taught them that it's not necessary anymore. You don't have to.
People have different roles in society. We all have different roles. There's different economic paths that we take. And for some people, entertainment is their income path, but for others, like if you already have a profession, right, it's difficult to understand the entertainment industry. I know I've spoken to a few people who are in the entertainment industry. We don't know what's going on over there. When they tell you, there's always something new that you don't understand, So I say, let's try not to judge people, as much as there are other things to do, but let's try not to judge people in a harsh manner, But yeah, let's get into why YouTube and how YouTube is not a stable income, So firstly, I want to start by saying that let's start by getting jobs. Let's start by having different streams of income, and then using social media as backup, because I've noticed that many people want to first buy studios, or rather buy studio time. They want to buy expensive cameras and do whatever and say, oh, I've seen McGee grew over 6 years or 7 years, and he became this mogul in South Africa. And through YouTube, but you don't understand that there's a lot going on in the background, and this person is probably investing in things that we don't know about, and he's also investing in things that we know about, like your Chiller's Punch. That's a drink that we all know. It's in the shelves, right? But if you only focus on his YouTube network, then hey, you're gonna lose the plot. So always make sure that you have another source of income, right? And then when your primary income is not YouTube and it's not social media, then you have a little bit of creative freedom, right? Why do I say that? I say that because you are not under pressure to follow certain standards and to be forced by your viewers to do certain things that you don't want to do. I know this happens a lot. Like, you'll find that a channel will be pushing and then people start making requests, and you can't say no while they're watching, or you can't say no to them like right away, because now it's gonna have an image where it's like, oh, so this is how this person is to us, his fans, or this is how this person thinks about us, and then suddenly you lose viewership. So when it's not your primary source of income, you don't care about such things. You don't care who says what. You just produce what you want to produce. You create what you want to create, and it gives you that creative freedom. And then another thing, we only see highlights, right? If you watch these channels and you watch how they move and what goes on, I'm talking about DJ Spoo, your Panwells, your McG's, your David Mashabel. You only see highlights, things that go up like to your millions and such, And when you see that, in your head, you'll think, you know what, this is the ish to get into, right? But that's the highlight. Sometimes the views don't go as high as you might think they are, And another thing, someone might post a short. That short has 5 million views, but the original video has like 3 views. So there could be that difference that you don't really pick up, on a normal, under normal circumstances, So yeah. And then, guys, passion doesn't pay the bills. Okay. Yes, you might be passionate about social media. You might be passionate about your TikTok channel, where you're going in and killing it and you're getting these gifts and what. But it's not about how passionate you are. It's more about how your viewers pay the bills. And by viewers paying the bills, it's adverts, it's a lot of things. It's not necessarily you entertaining them and them paying you. It's a whole network of things that go on, where it's like you have to attract a certain demographic of people, and then those people will then have to watch your adverts, and these adverts, you don't really even know what adverts those are. Sometimes you can tell the platform that I want these kind of adverts for my audience, but sometimes that doesn't happen, and in such instances, then passion won't really pay your bills. Like, even look at my channel now. Very passionate about the young generation, understanding how careers work, understanding paths, understanding how to grow and whatnot. That's what I'm very, very passionate about. That can't pay the bill if there's no advert, right? And I understand that. I fully understand that. All I want to do is just teach. I don't care. That's where the creative freedom comes in, where it's like, I have a certain thing that I want to do, and I'll do it regardless of whether I'm getting an income or not, right? So my passion is teaching and letting people who might not understand something. That's my passion, but it's not going to pay any bills. You get what I mean? It's not going to pay any bills. It might be fulfilling to me, but it doesn't pay bills, dog. There's also a 1% illusion, right? As I said, when people are talking about their highlights, or when people are displaying their highlights, all we see is the best of the best. We don't see what goes on behind the scenes. We don't see how much is being injected into platforms. We don't see we don't see the messy part. All we see is just the good thing, and then, or rather the good parts. And then when we try to mimic that, you can't mimic it because you don't have the funds, you don't have the resources. You get what I mean? And then boom, suddenly you're failing to push your stuff because you try to be something that you're not, and you try to do something that you shouldn't be doing at the time due to funds and lack of resources. You understand? Right? And then there's also a little bit of psychological pressure. So we avoid psychological pressure by having a different source of income, or having a primary source of income and using this as a form of being creative. As a form of being creative. Just give me a second, I need to grab some coffee. Some. Oh, I'm boiling water. Just had to boil the water. And I need to make some coffee. So when it comes to psychological pressure, just avoid that. And then the most important thing, get a job. Be part of the economy. You know, entertainment is good, especially social media. It's good for communication. It's good for all of that. But get a job and use it as a side thing. I swear, guys, like this thing of trying to think that you can only live off social media, that can't work. It can only work for a certain amount of time because people's attention spans are short. People's emotions are high. You can say something wrong once, or someone can say something about you once, and that ends your career totally, like never to be seen. You saw that instance with Tahi where this girl just came and did the whole after this video or whatever. I forgot how the thing goes, but it says that the person who I'm gonna show after this video abused me, you know. Sharp. Now people are seeing Tahi, they're like, oh, Vele, this guy is kind of aggressive. So Vele beats women up. Hey, deals go. Va, va, va. You understand? Now suddenly, your income is messed up because that's all you were depending on. You understand? So have thola spani mfethu. Thola spani kapa uthole push a business or have assets that are bringing in an income, separate from social media, because social media is very, very volatile. I swear, if YouTube happens to shut down for a day or shut down for a week, let's say it gets hacked, what are you gonna do? I mean, no one's gonna rush to TikTok to go see your account. A lot of these things are volatile, and it's up to you to make sure that it's not your primary source of income, because if that is what your primary source, you're done, dog. So I'm also a fan of people who make content because they like it, not because they have to. Guys, you ever notice, like, if you like something, let's say you're someone who likes to what can I make an example with? You're someone who likes to box. I'll just make an example of boxing, right? And you start training young boys boxing. You're doing that out of love. You're doing it for free. It's what you like. You're gonna probably give it your all in terms of how you like it. It's gonna be nice for you. You understand? It's gonna be very nice for you, and it's something that you love. So when you make content because you like it, then it's fulfilling. Let me put it like that. It's fulfilling, right? And yes, there are networks, there are firms that solely deal with social media and marketing and whatnot. That is a totally different ball game. That has nothing to do with front-end social media where you're facing people. That has nothing to do with it. There are people who deal with the back end. They deal with marketing channels. They deal with, networking and promoting their customers or clients. That's a job. So gespan, you understand? if you are the biggest YouTuber in the country and you vie, they'll still try to find someone. There's a high chance that they'll find someone to replace you. It might not be the same money, but there's a high chance that someone out there wants a new channel, and boom, suddenly there's more work. So that counts as real work, you know. But this thing of streaming and then expecting donations and whatnot and thinking that this is gonna go on forever in life, you must also think about it like this. Like, who do you know has been making money off of streaming in South Africa for over 15 years, or let's say 10. 15 years is too much. Let's say 10 years. We don't know those people. You understand? And if they are, there's a very small amount, right? That means you have to be very extraordinary to make money at that level. You understand? So yeah, guys, that's all I had to talk about today. There's nothing much. I really hope, what's his name? Is he Instigator? I'm seeing this post is under it says Instigator. I really hope young man really makes a plan, man, and something goes down for him and he gets another stream of income, because you know, that 5K, it's not gonna fly, my guy, you know. And that 5K, if you got a job, let's say at a retail store or wholesale, wherever, right? If you went and got a job, let's say you're earning 4K there, right? Now you have an extra 4K where during lunch, during tea times, during your breaks, you can vie to go do your streaming quickly. So now you are even more scarce and people aren't seeing you all the time, and you know, they're tuning in, and you can push your thing while working instead of just depending on this alone. Because now what's going to happen is that you could even have someone step in and probably donate sharp. And now it's delicious, it's pumping now. You've been they've donated a few thousands to you. You are pushing. You're okay for a while. What's going to happen after 2 months? Back in the same boat. You understand? Back in the same boat. So to avoid that, my dog, thola spane fethu abo thola spane bo cheriwa bona ba kwarana no ba bua ka taba tsa bore banna a ba sa contributor to society ska banna ba gale. So nthonthoela tse jwalo, dog, you know, push am fethu thola spane o lahlele thole kwapeo. And hey, you know what, guys, regarding McG's platform, I heard that they're gonna be doing lives now. One thing that I'm sort of foreseeing is that they're gonna start getting super chats, and their income is gonna increase. It's gonna fluctuate. It's not gonna fluctuate. They're gonna have an influx of revenue through super chats, and once that happens, they're gonna get used to that new revenue. And you know, one thing that I do hope is that they don't take this revenue that's going to come too seriously, because obviously when there's new revenue, sometimes you just create new expenses, and then suddenly with this volatile YouTube, suddenly you can't do lives, or something small happens, you know, that cancel that. So I really hope that they are kind of careful of that they, you know what, when you start going live, when you start getting a lot of extra income, do not fully depend on it. Do not depend too much on it, because it can ruin things. Now suddenly you have to now reshuffle again, like in 2 months, you know. But yeah, man, that I really love that channel. I watch almost all the shows on the network, you know. But yeah, let's indulge. Let's watch, and without involving ourselves, without thinking that we can get there as quick as they did, or as well as they did. They are the benchmark setters, but we watch them and we see how they work and we do what we can, but not this thing of depending on it like they. And McG is not even depending on his channel for an income. You understand? So yeah, guys, knowledge is a powerful weapon. Arm yourselves, and thanks for watching.